Absolutely, butterfly. Absolutely. Hello, hello, and welcome to my so called life. My name is William, and this is the House of Sewing. Tonight, as Butterfly has said, we are definitely going black. We're going back to the past. I have to admit, this is going to be like the ninth or 10th time I've made hammer pans, but here we are. You know him from the songs Can't Sew This, Too Merit to Quit, So. Here comes the Surger. He's promoting his new album. Please, singer. His new album. Please, singer, don't buy him. Give it up for MC Singer. I love it, Gilroy. I love it. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've made hammer pants. It's been a crazy day. The weather doesn't know what it wants to do here in Southern California. It's cold one day and hot the next. But here we are. But seriously, to anyone who watches this in the future, to everyone who's here now, I sincerely thank you. Welcome to the House of Sewing. Before we get to my normal shenanigans, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening flying my so-called Life Airlines. I'm so jumpy because I'm ready to make these pants. So let me switch my angle. I've been moving a few things in this room because in order to make the hammer pants, I need my 6-foot table in here. And spoiler, I have to move a few things to fit my 6-foot table in here. It was mid-high 80s here today, and I'm learning that the country airport where the weather station is runs about 7 to 10 degrees lower than in my area. That happens a lot around here. My area is always about 10 degrees hotter than what the news says. So if they're like, it's going to be 90, it's going to be 100 something where I live. Oh, and if you feel like laughing, I'm going to grab it in a second. I do magic with jerseys, with old hats. I clean them. My son is getting into reselling because he's seeing how much money you make doing it. And I purchased something that kind of made me laugh when I saw it because they only wanted like $10 for it. But it's huge. I have not so oh okay, good. My cord is not cooperating. So my son reminded me that he loves going thrifting with me. And every summer of his life, oh, my camera's sinking. There we go. Is that better? And every summer of his life, we've gone thrifting. So this morning, we went on a trek, and I found this jersey, and I'm going to clean it. This thing is filthy. It's just stained, but I want just to give you an idea of how big this. And because here in the House of Sewing, I collect oddities and all kinds of weird things. I laughed when I saw the name on the back of this jersey. This jersey is so big, Lamar Odom himself could have worn this. But because I'm much more of a Clipper fan than a Laker fan, I was like, oh, I've got this. I've got this. So this huge jersey will be cleaned this evening. Then it's going on my wall of oddities right next to my Dennis Rodman jersey. Yay! Yes, get him on the order train. Oh, he loves. Oh, if you saw his room. Hello. I'm up late tonight, so I'm listening. Great to see you. And yeah, great to see you. Welcome. I'm making room for my hammer pants. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've made hammer pants. In the sewing world, it's funny all the names they give hammer pants. You know, I've only known them as MC hammer pants, but people call them parachute pants, and they're also called harem pants. Harem as in being in a harem. And I always found that interesting because when I actually did real research back into the pants and the style, it always goes back to harem pants. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, hello, hello. Yeah, hello, butterfly. The Lakers are the Cubs of basketball. It's like 30% of local fans and 70% of people who have never been to LA, but are fans for the laughs. You know what's funny? Um, you see Laker jerseys around the world. It trips me out. And the real reason most people are Clippers fans is because the Lakers have always been unaffordable in my lifetime. The Laker tickets have always been crazy. I'm a hardcore Los Angeles Kings fan. When they started winning, the the tickets went from, I'm not kidding you, $7 where you're sitting in the nosebleeds. But like when I was in my 20s, I would go to every game because it was like $7-10 to $100 a ticket. It's crazy. Once they started winning, the prices went through the roof. Awesome, awesome. Welcome everybody. All right, so I'm going to clear a few more things. We'll see if I can fit my table in here. I have to laugh because I used to be able to, but over time, I've collected a few things in this room. It's the same reason there are Mets and White Sox fans. There got to be somebody that the real people can go see for real, though. No, for real. The Dodgers, you know what? The Dodgers, even though they have outrageous prices, they still do that. You can sit in the pavilion for $20, which is unheard of in Los Angeles. At Dodger Stadium, the very back of the stadium is its own world, and it's awesome. So people can go still see an affordable game. I'll be in and out tonight. I'm on grand dog duty. Well, good luck. Aw, I remember having puppies. They're like furry children. Oh, all right. Fabric O'Lanch. Whew. Think I have more than enough room for my 6-foot table. When making hammer pants, you need a lot of room for the backside of the pants. Oh. Perfect. Like a glove. Like a glove. Awesome. Awesome. Do you know, I know I say this like every 6 months, but I think I'm done with Amazon for a while. I don't know if it's their incompetence or my impatience, but it's a bad combination. So I'm going to take a break for a while. And I think I own every patch online anyway. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to go a bit old school today because lately Kilroy reminded me of something I used to do in the past. So today is, let's see, today's National Egg Day. It's European Bicycle Day, Insect Repellent Awareness Day. Love conquers all day. I see you, optimistic people. I see you. Today's Mabo Day, which is actually important in, I believe it was the either 70s or 80s. Eddie Mabo proved in the courts that the indigenous Australians had rights to their own land because they didn't have rights to their own land. And Eddie Mabo is the reason why people have rights to their own land. So today's Mabo Day in Australia. Today is Repent Day, Opium Suppression Day. It's also World Cider Day. And it's Jefferson Davis's birthday. And I laughed to the stratosphere when I heard this one. Today is National Simp Day. Take that as you may. The Dodgers are playing the Pirates tomorrow. Either the game is so close I could still get a nosebleed ticket for $25. Behind home plate is sold out, but a section up behind home is $44. You would never get that here in LA. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. Which side should I cut on? Yeah, I have to turn this around. Oh. I knew somebody that for one game, they took like 5 or 6 people and they spent almost like $1,000 or something crazy for a Dodger game. And this was before they got really good. Well, within the past like 6 or 7 years. All right, let me pick a phone to grab. Do you know what's so funny? Whenever an LA team plays any Pennsylvania team, it makes me think of you, Kilroy. All right. This is me trying to remember how to make hammer pants. The trick with making harem pants or hammer pants is that when you're tracing a pattern, these are my famous Montana pants. When you trace a pattern, you just keep going. And then you create the pant as you taper it back in, depending on how tight. I have this really bad habit of making the ankle too tight. So I'm going to combine all my skills this evening and make a decent pair of hammer pants. So when I call these my Montana pants, I purchased these pants in Montana a long time ago. And it's funny how a pair of pants in Southern California is way different than a pair of pants in Montana. And here it is years later, and I'm still talking about it, so I'm not over it. But they're from 2 different planets. And these are also Carhartt, so they're made well. Where? Oh, that's right. I bought a new cabinet today, so I'm weirdly organized, and I already forgot where all my stuff is. I really should start labeling these. One of these has a brand new blade, and the other one has a spotty one. Hey, Alibaba, great to see you. Great to see you. I hear the first thing to hammer pants is to break it down. So, it is no secret. I'm about to show my age. So, disclaimer to anybody who doesn't want to hear this. I'm about to show my age. But when I was a younger kid, hey, Rashad, how's it going? How's it going? Great to see you. I'm so curious who won. I am so curious who won in today's beat bracket. When I was a younger kid, there was this hurricane of a human, the real life Tasmanian devil himself, MC Hammer, literally shot out of a cannon and came out of nowhere. And I think because I was of that particular age, I loved MC Hammer. I followed his entire career. I know way more about Hammer than I should. And people who talk trash about Hammer are weirdly influenced by him and don't even realize it. Needless to say, I will defend MC Hammer. I will go to the mat for Hammer. even when he was in his death row days. Oh, good times. Good to see everybody. Yay. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I was there. That's right. I was there. Good grief. Such a good song. I forgot. I gave everybody a speech about Tribe. Looking here on Wikipedia, the only neat things I'm finding today are the First Lady was born in 1951. Today, in 2016, Muhammad Ali died. And today, in 1965, the first U.S. spacewalk was done. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Electric relaxation is always a winner. Is always. I went off. I gave a speech about Tribe. I forgot about that. In a lot of ways, because I was removed from the culture. I watched a lot of things. I was obsessed with UMTV raps. I grew up watching a television show that we're not allowed to talk about anymore. But Tribe Called Quest is man. I said it on Rashawn's stream. Those guys raised me. That was my group. That was literally my group as a kid. Even I grew up around, I'm from the suburbs. The skater kids thought they were being retro by listening to Tribe. That and of all things in the world, Digable Planets because it was jazzy. Oh, those were good times. If you put on almost any Tribe Called Quest song, it's like an age test. Oh, I know how old you are. All right. So these are fairly easy to make, but while I'm sitting here waffling, juiced up off of caffeine, I have to remember how to make these. And oh, it doesn't matter because a lady, well, I gotta have the design going in the right direction, or it's gonna look crazy. I had a moment of clarity. All right, so I'm using my Montana pants as my template. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut here, come down, and because these are hammer pants, I'm just gonna come from the back end of the pants, and I'm gonna make them humongous, literal parachute pants. Hey, Nightmare Baby, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yay, Portland, Oregon in the house. Oh. Is it raining there? Do you know every summer when I was in Portland, it would rain basically the entire summer. And everybody, every year, they're like, oh, it's a Portland summer. I would tell them, I don't care what you call it. It's literally raining and hot. Gotta have Our Lady of Guadalupe up, right? I was waiting for that. Do you know what's funny? That's the little Alibaba on my shoulder. Like, are your stripes lined up? Did you cut that properly? Is there interfacing in that? I like driving fast and cutting corners. Speaking of Tribe, did the 5-footer get his name from you? You know what's so funny? I've seen Fife Dog in person, and I tower over him. Fife Dog was like Kevin Hart short. He was like Cat Williams short. And I know somebody who recently saw Cat Williams, and you can see that he is like 4'11". All right. So I have to do this left-handed because I have to, like Alibaba said, we have to keep our Guadalupe straight. All right, let me fold that. Oh, come on. Who doesn't remember Too Legit to Quit? I remember when I was a kid, Hammer had a Oh, well, it was a Halloween special. It was one of his videos. It was an event. It reminded me of back when Michael Jackson would release a video. Man, we would gather around the couch. It was like a real event. So MC Hammer reminds me of the good old days. So you're saying you should go Will Smith on him. I need a good collection of various Hammer pants. I have quite a few. Who knew? Who knew that saying I'm gonna go full Will Smith would mean something completely different? Okay, so this is the important part. Now, how do I want to angle these pants? Because now that I have this piece cut, I'm going to use this as my template, but I need to measure out how much I actually want my pants to hammer. And I'm ridiculous, so these are going to be humongous. I'm gonna have to fix the bottom cuff a little bit, but these are gonna be awesome. At first, they look like abstract art, and it actually kind of exposes my height too, because they don't look that big. But I'm 5'9". Hey, Joy, great to see you. Great to see you. Yay! Look up Thai fisherman pants. They make hammer pants look boring. I love that. That's how I discovered harem pants. Yay! Hello, hello, and all of that. I was interested. I was actually interested when I discovered, because like I said when I opened up, we call things certain things, but like Jankos are just gauchos, or style is so recycled, it's funny. And I now know that Gaucho is not one of the Marx brothers. That was a good laugh. That was a great night. Sounds like a Marx brother, but I digress. All right. So now that I have my template, these pants are going to be humongous. But hello, 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 everybody. Do you know, I'm still shocked I was able to get my humongous table in here. This is the true judge of how much I've cleaned in this room, that I can fit my 6-foot table in here. Okay, so this is one. Oh, these are gonna be awesome. Oh, these are gonna be awesome. Okay, so let me put that off to the side, get my ready. Like I said, when I was younger, I was obsessed with MC Hammer. I had my hair cut like him. I had Hammer pants for every day of the week. Did you cut seam allowance? I didn't see that you did that. He uses the Schwartz to add seam allowance as needed. Use the Schwartz. I did. Oh, number one. There is a reason why. And I'm actually really excited because I purchased this fabric from the San Fernando Valley swap meet, which is the only place I've seen Lady of Guadalupe. And the funny thing is, this is like athletic mesh. I think if I have a pair of leftover, I want to make a pair of shorts with this. If I have material left over, and I think I have some left over from my last project, because this is the second roll of 5 yards that I've purchased from them. Oh, right. Thank you, Nightmare Baby. Thank you. Tell your mother, tell your father, send him a soagram. Oh. Oh, now I have hello, Mudda. Hello, Fada. Something, something, Camp Granada stuck in my head. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to trace this. Do you know what? I laugh so hard. Style is such a funny thing. When I was a kid, the pinnacle of fashion was having a giant flat top, wearing a long sleeve shirt and hammer pants. And we've actually kind of gone back to that because people are wearing Jankos. I see all kinds of variations. People think Beyonce invented giant chaps, which she didn't. So we're kind of going back to that. So when my friend dropped off her sewing stuff, I nearly shit my pants, laugh out loud. She gave me about 12 garbage bag full of denim jeans. Joy, I wish I lived closer. Oh, wow. Are you gonna make a car cover? What are you gonna make? Oh man, these must be the crummy ones. Let's try these other ones. Perfect. A 99, a beacon, a rocketeer, 3 sergers, and a box full of serger thread. And a partridge in a pear tree. That's a score, Joy. That is a score. Men just won't grow their hair anymore. All men nowadays look like they're just graduated from Paris Island. I'm going to donate most to the homeless. That's a great idea. That's what I do. I really don't talk about it because I think virtue signaling online is kind of butkiss, but anything I donate goes to an organization that gives it straight to people in need. There's no stop past go. They literally wash it and give it to people who need it. So I appreciate when people do that. Nice lineup of machines. Absolutely. 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 That's awesome. You scored. And you have jeans for life. When I bought half of that bale, everything was cut up. Things came in half pieces. So there was nothing to donate. And I kept that for almost 5 years. So I could imagine 12 bags of jeans. Are you going to keep at least one? Awesome. Awesome. I feel like I need to taper in the leg more, but I also think I should leave room because what happens, those are going to be perfect. What happens is I never give myself consideration for my giant foot. I have a size 13 foot and I always forget about that and my giant head. So I always do not take my head or feet into consideration when making something. So I might leave the cuffs humongous as is. And because this is the house of patches, I've been watching Airwolf for the past like 4 or 5 days. I am going to incorporate this on one of my vests. I was shocked when I found this Airwolf patch on Amazon, but you know, Amazon's kind of undefeated when it comes to useless things that you don't need. So if it's something that you don't need, it will be there. Awesome. My daughter said one of their jeans is worth $200 newer. I recently just got my son into reselling, and he's discovered the power of money. There's just enough room in the living room to walk to the kitchen and space for a hubby to sit. Good times. Good times. Or you could sew in a tube and run a bungee cord through a parachute pants and back in. It'll look fine. Good times. Good times. Airwolf or Ernest Borgnine for life. I have to take my boots off. I'm tired of being tall. And you know, I'll never get over this. This is me with my boots on. And this is me with my boots off. Oh. People tell me all the time, there's no way you're 5'9". You seem taller. It's a lie. It's all an illusion. I wear boots. I've been diving into old school television, and I forgot how nostalgic Airwolf was going to be. Because as a kid, I sat around and watched a lot of television. A lot. All right. So let's turn these inside out and start sewing them. I just need enough space for to put these on. That's another thing. Every time I get so excited and I forget that my waist exists. And I'm going to go a bit crazy, and I'm going to use the serger on this. You know, I've done this all kinds of unorthodox ways, but I'm going to go seam for seam on this. Usually I just put it on top of each other and sew around it and then fix all the mistakes accordingly. But my serger's been working well, so we'll do this the semi-right way. And I purchased some jeans, and I will be having a Janko video out real soon. I've been noticing that people still search for Janko jeans on my in my videos. So I'm gonna be making another pair of Jankos. Yes, those kinky boots turn you into 6'9". I had a pair of boots. The only real fight, and you know what? If you're watching, I'm petty and I'm not over it. My ex-wife, I had a pair of boots that I called my Matrix boots. They even had this weird strip of metal. She hated them. I wore them all the time. They made me like 6'1". Imagine going from my height to being like up here. She threw them away when we got divorced. And I don't blame her. All's fair in love and war. Still mad, petty after all these years. Okay, so I'm gonna go seam for seam. So it really doesn't matter what size the waist is, because I'm just gonna create I'll make a belt loops for it. It's nothing but piracy here in the House of Sewing. They just want to see your beefcake and some. They just want to see your beefcake and some janky Jankos. Every week, people are still searching for Jankos, so I'm going to give the people what they want. Ask in the House of Sewing, and maybe you shall receive. I'm strangely trying to get organized in here, so I bought another cabinet to put a few more sewing machines on, and it really freed up the floor a little bit in here. But I have to remind myself that I'm organized again, and I actually have a place for all my sewing accessories. What happens is thread starts building up like around where that sewing machine is because I just start placing it places and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use it again. Then the next project happens and thread just then it's just a table filled with thread. Perfect. Perfect. Funny thing is, I don't know where to start. I'll just start at the top. It's been quite a while since I've made hammer pants. So this is going to be an adventure. We are definitely going into but it's time. I've gone down Goofy Row. I've gone full 1990s. And the funny thing is, while I was looking for the hoodie that I made that matches this, I caused not one but two fabric avalanches. So it's in the closet somewhere, buried under. I have a pile of hoodies and sweatshirts that's almost 6 or 7 feet high. So that again is another room. If there is an earthquake, do not be in that room. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, these are going to be amazing. All right, where's my phone? There it is. Full 90s. Shouldn't you have been watching that? Shouldn't you have been watching that terrible show Full House then? Honestly, like I watched every episode as a kid and I couldn't take the it was weird to me when they made the remake. I know this sounds weird, but I couldn't watch the remake. It was that bad. Ugh. And see, that's a remake I didn't watch. People are starved for nostalgia, and the television producers and everybody has figured out we're saps, But there's certain remakes when everyone gets together, you're like, oh man, full Full House is corny at best. Do you know what's funny? I go back and I watch those episodes now, and I'm like, wow, they had me as a kid. They had me as a kid. Because you go back and watch it as an adult, and like you said, Kilroy, it's corny. But even Full House, not Full House, Family Matters. I talk about this all the time. I met I met Jaleel White when I was in a very young age, and he was extremely nice to me. And so because of that, I'm a stand for Urkel. I'm an absolute stand for Urkel. And that show got corny, and I watched it to the last episode. They switched networks, and I was still watching that show. Uh, I was grown, and I was still watching that show. I think it's all about nostalgia, and if you're really into it. Like even right now, like I am literally watching a show with Ernest Borgnine in it. Not everybody is an Ernest Borgnine fan, and I get it. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to shape these as pants. No matter how parachute these are gonna be. I recently even fell into because I watch strange things on YouTube, but I recently fell into this um I can't remember her name. I forgive me. The woman who played Laura in Family Matters. She was on some rando interview of like some public access in Pittsburgh somewhere or something. And I started watching all the stuff that she's recently put out. Urkel was the only thing good about that show. the name That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Ernest Borgnine. I'm really into Airwolf. And I think because the show came out the same year I was born and ran for years. And I watched the later episodes. So right now I'm watching the early seasons. And the sad thing is, I remember watching half of them because everything was in syndication back then. Yay! Hello, Mona. Great to see you. Great to see you. I'd watch Ernest Borgnine read the damn phone book. So I have this weird thing where I think I've seen almost every movie he's ever been in. I went through this weird thing on YouTube where I watched every Ernest Borgnine movie. Right now, there are like 20 or 30 Ernest Borgnine movies that you can watch on YouTube. So and the sad thing is, I was doing this before the pandemic. So when the pandemic hit, I was like, oh, I know what cool movies I'm watching. But I think it's all nostalgia. Just like me making hammer pants right now. I remember the era, you know. And I was definitely one of those people rocking hammer pants way past its popularity. And I've gained quite a few skills since I've made a pair of these. It's been years. Well, probably a year or two. I have to look. When I first started my channel, I obsessively made like 4 or 5 pairs. Then I waited a year and made 2 more videos about it. Which you'll probably be seeing the old footage in Friday So's because I'm going to dredge it out. Oh, right. Oh, these are going to be hilarious. Yay. My son wore hammer pants. Oh, those were the days. Those were definitely the days. But I think because I'm a nostalgic person, I look back with nothing but happiness. I know it wasn't always good times for everybody else, but those were extremely good days. Yay. Hello, Dixie. Great to see you. Oh my God, I was obsessed with Full House as a kid. Same. I didn't watch the remake. I believe it was Joy a long time ago told me to not watch the Night Court remake because Night Court was a love of mine. Marshall Warfield. I grew up in a house where my parents loved stand-up. So like I had records. I know kids. Records are these discs that had information on them, and sometimes it was music, sometimes it was comedy. But we had records of everything. And I grew up listening to Marshall Warfield, so I was obsessed with Night Court. But I believe it was Joy who told me not to watch the remake. And I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago, I started watching it, and the remake was terrible. Oh, right. Oh, these pants are going to be hilarious. I'm going to surge these just to see what they look like. I have this really hardcore, intricate process that I normally would do, but my sewing has evolved, so I'm trying to evolve. But I had this really backward way I used to make pants, and they would come out beautiful. But you know what? I need to find one of my old mistakes because I would always have this weird tenting where I wasn't trying to. I need to find my pleather pants of failure. I made a pair of pleather pants, and it showed me that I really needed to go back to sewing school. I still have some old Bill Cosby records. I do too. And a ton of Flip Wilson, a ton of Robin Williams, like anyone from that era. I still have a ton of that because of my parents. Loved Ernest. My favorite nostalgic comedians are Richard Pryor and Steve Martin. You know what's funny? Nightmare Baby. You know what? I can't be the only person. Raise your hand if you've seen every Ernest movie. I I'm not even mad about it. I loved Ernest. Ernest did everything. Ernest went to the moon. Ernest went to jail. Ernest did everything. Oh, again, I'm from that cheesy era. I loved those movies. I have an extreme bias though because you go back and watch them now and you're like, oh wow. But that's like Strange Brew. I love that was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I went back and watched it and I'm like, wow, I'm a really big hockey fan because I loved this movie. It just hits different. I like Bill Cosby's the legend of the chicken heart. I have all of those records. I also have Robin Williams, Why Is There Air? It's actually really funny. It's no, Bill Cosby is Why Is There Air? Robin Williams was something else. I can't remember. Robin Williams was just hilarious. Yep. I'm gonna have to sew this in two parts. I'm like sitting here thinking about how I'm gonna engineer these pants. As I have too legit to quit stuck in my head this entire time I'm talking. I was obsessed with MC Hammer. Like I said, I got my hair cut like him. It was an absolute love of mine as a kid. Love I was gonna say that Urkel was the best part of Family Matters, and I just realized I'm probably time traveling. It's okay. It's okay. We're all kind of time traveling. I was time traveling today on Rashawn's stream. I looked up and I was like a good 30 seconds behind. Okay, perfect. Oh, these are going to be hilarious. If you hear me screaming with laughter, it's because I haven't made anything this goofy in a long time. And I know you're saying my so-called life, you make things goofy things all the time. Hammer pants are just amazing. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to have to make sure the back side is pinned. Wow, I actually know what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So let me pull up my serger, clear the table a little bit, and try to make sense of this. And we're going to make some hammer pants. I have a question, though. I make no secret of it. I was raised by people who were literally double and triple my age. Do you think that we have bias towards this era because we're from it? My mom still watches black and white movies. She still talks about people that are way gone, movie stars that you wouldn't even know they existed if you weren't into those particular films. Do you think it's because we're from that era? Like, I know a lot of people watch Night Court and they're like, this is the worst show ever. I watch it and I'm like, this is the greatest show ever. Because in the modern era, I think it's where all the remakes come from. Everything is because of our nostalgia. Oh, right. There's a mess here in the house. So let me close that. Move this around. I mostly watch black and white movies. I'm younger than the black and white era. I love that era. But again, I'm a product of my environment. So I think it's because the people before me watched black and whites. I'm obsessed with them. I love the old black and white movies. I used to watch it with grandma. See, that's my thing. I think because I watched black and whites with my parents, I'm extremely nostalgic. I didn't realize how much older my parents were until a friend of mine came in my house and was like, dude, your parents are the same age as my grandparents. I had no idea that not everyone's parents were 40 something years older than them. All right, I'm gonna throw a test piece on this Serger, but Ernest was an overachiever. Ernest was the goat. I just love that era of cheesy movies. Oh, this is so sad. This is so sad. I've come to the point where I have a power strip under this desk with just a bunch of sewing power cords plugged in. That's where I'm at in my life. Okay. Now we just have to find the accordion one that fits. Beautiful. Perfect. Lights on. Let me move the yodeler before we have another tragedy like last week. Damn it, somehow I got in the mood for a big gulp, and the 7-Eleven is an hour away. Kilroy, when I lived in Portland, I'm not kidding you. And then I was like, oh, I wonder why I can't sleep at night. I lived in a place called Tigard. It was called Tigard outside of Portland, Oregon. That's where my apartment was. I would take the bus every night. My apartment was next to a 7-Eleven. I could see the 7-Eleven from my apartment. I worked the late night shift. Every night I would come home and drink a Slurpee, like a gallon, a giant Slurpee. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is the best. That's a good nostalgic movie with Steve Martin in it. I probably have that in this room. I miss just straight comedy movies nowadays. Everything is so serious, or it has some kind of ulterior motive behind it. So true. So true. And I think that's the thing. Like, I think that's why I stick to a lot of the old school stuff, or even things that are overtly goofy, because I know they're being goofy. I hope I live long enough to become a grumpy old man. Oh, right. I had to move the coffee far away, because if there's one thing I try not to do is repeat mistakes. And last week was a big bonk. Oh, right. You know, the weather is so strange. It's hot one day and then it's cold the next. It's muggy. It's like I live in Florida all of a sudden. So I have a question. Today, did I do the right thing? My son is into reselling things. And we went to this one thrift store, and they had heads of Mickey and Minnie, and they wanted $50 each for them. And I told him, I gave him a speech. I can't remember what I said, but I was like, "We'll come back tomorrow if you still really want them." I just don't see a market for something like that. And honestly, I don't know if I just didn't want those creepy things in my house. So if you see me with a Mickey and Minnie head, it's because I love my child. Better get out there. Nothing good happens at a bar on Monday through Wednesday night. I do not miss going to bars. You know what's so funny? I think about that all the time, because like, there was a very famous dive bar from my house. It's like where all the locals go to admit that they're just washed up. And I started going there, and I was like, this is the saddest thing. Oh, big gulps were the best as a kid. We used to mix all the sodas together and call it the soda suicide. Same. I am the SO. Perfect. Just making sure it's still lined up and ready to sew. This thing is ready. Oh, that's right. I'm organized. I'm like, where are my scissors? I purchased a cabinet on not only to put sewing machines on, but somewhere I need a place to have the sewing supplies that I use every day. And it's surprising of how many things that I actually use. Awesome. Can't go wrong with black and white movies. Absolutely. Absolutely. I used to go by a bar all the time. The same cars and trucks were there all the time. I kept on thinking, what a waste of time just sitting at the bar all day. It actually was really sad. That was one of my motivations, but I've completely forgot about this. And you know what? Shout out to my friend Jerry. There is someone I know. If you ever need to hear a story about sticking to your dreams, there and I couldn't when he told me this, I was like, what? There's someone I know who is obsessed with hockey. Where I'm from, we grew like all the kids around here played hockey. So when I say, oh, I play hockey, like we really did. We all played hockey. Someone I've known basically my entire life. I saw him at Subway. He's worked at every hockey rink around here being a Zamboni driver. And we're old. And people told him, you will not be a professional Zamboni driver. You're insane. You're insane. What are you doing with your life? For 20 something years, he's been driving Zambonis in every crummy hockey rink in LA County. I saw him at Subway and he pulls out his phone. He's like, do you want to see it? I got drafted. He is the Zamboni driver for the Los Angeles Kings. I don't know who needs to hear this. Stick to your dreams. People made fun of him. They said he was a loser and all these things. He literally gets paid a lot of money to drive the Zamboni in between the intermissions for the Los Angeles Kings games. It was weirdly inspirational when he told me that. I was like, what? He's worked at every tiny little wannabe hockey rink, even the one where my old man league is in. Like, and it's not a thankful job. And now he's literally the professional Zamboni driver. And I went on the website. He's employed by the Los Angeles Kings. That's awesome. I thought that was awesome. So stick to your dreams, kids. Even if your parents think it's terrible. Oh. All right. Let me find before I get too crazy with my Zamboni driver story. Okay. I'm not a typical barfly. I'm more of a sit in the forest. I miss those days when you can actually go wander in the forest. But I thought that was really cool that someone I grew up with is a professional Zamboni driver. Oh. All right, I'm just going to stick this in and start sewing because this is not intricate, but you just got to pay attention to what you're doing because the sides will change on you if you don't. Perfect. Oh, man, it is sweaty in here. Awesome. Awesome. Liz, you may or may not be time traveling, but you are our resident time traveler. Okay. Let me get this piece. I want everyone to keep in mind. Oh, 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 what happened? My camera was unplugged, a different camera. Oh, what happened? What happened? Uh-oh. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Oh, that's so weird. It's saying that my camera is unplugged on my laptop. Let me know if you can still hear me because my thing has completely bonked on me. Okay, good. Okay, good. Thank you. That is so weird. Oh, come on. It's saying that none of my cameras work. What is wrong with you? All right, let me go click on to my other. That is so weird. Oh, live. Good old live. Being live. I needed to take a break anyways. All right, let me see if it lets me into my own account on this other computer. Come on. Oh, that is so strange. You know, I'm definitely going to let StreamYards know about this one. Oh, that's hilarious. Yay, let me in, let me in. Okay, hold on. If I screech, it's because I forgot how to do this. Let me mute this really quick. Let's see if this camera works over here. That is the strangest thing. It was acting up last stream too. My internet in general. Oh, there I am. My internet in general. I have no idea what's going on. That is the strangest thing. Okay, let me mute you. Hi. That is the we're gonna leave that over there. This is definitely breaking the fourth wall again. That is the strangest thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click out and then I'm gonna click right back in. Hopefully that fixes the problem. So give me one. We are live. We are live. Yes. Are we still standing? Are we still standing? That is the strangest thing. But, you know, if it wasn't for technology bonking out, it wouldn't be technology. Let me know if you can hear me. And I thank you for standing by with our technical difficulties. Good grief. I just want to make hammer pants, man. I just want a Pepsi. I just want a Pepsi. Awesome. That it was the strangest thing. That is on the list of why Apple is just villains, utter and complete villains. Oh. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Yay, we made it. We made it. It was the same cam too. You know, last time that happened, Alibaba, I was able to click out into another camera. It told me that my none of my cameras worked, including the one that's hooked up to my laptop, which is impossible. Which is impossible. Yes, there's a ton of stuff in here. Fourth wall broken. As a matter of fact, it's been a while since I've seen this angle. You're not hallucinating. That is a giant television that I'm watching Airwolf on. I don't have to have my glasses on when I watch it on now. All right, so let's get back to sewing. I'm gonna leave this cam in here for a little bit just in case my computer bonks out again. I blame Spectrum, but it could be the fact that I'm pulling enough power to have my own power station here. Who knows? Oh, that's hilarious. Nothing will stop the hammer. Not even that. Perfect. Right. This is where both sides are meeting each other. And we officially have pants. I might have to fix that later. Ah! Can you guys still hear me? It does not like my camera. Maybe I'm pulling too much power with the serger plugged in. Oh, that's funny. Do you think I'm pulling too much power with my serger being plugged in with all this stuff? Oh. Good times. Good times. I still have no idea why it's bonking out on me, but let's try to finish this and then I'll figure out what's wrong with the camera. So I pretty much have the pants formed, so I'm going to take the table down and clean up a little bit in here. Oh. I really like being able to get my table in here. It helps me out because I can make huge projects on this 6-foot table. Oh, I'm like, the camera's back. It's because I'm on the other one. Ugh. Shouldn't be too much power. The other machines don't do that, but check the draw on the line and test the one and see. You know what the problem could be too? If Apple gets really wonky when your computer needs updates. I guarantee you right now, let me check. I'm going to check. I guarantee you an update is ready. Software update. No, it's just my computer not working. All right, so I'm going to click out and click back in and give me 1 second. All right. So before it tells me my camera is not working, let me switch the camera. Perfect. There we go. That is so strange. But it wouldn't be YouTube if there wasn't utter and complete a disaster. This is total shades of 2020 with how bad the internet is being right now. But it happens. I have multiple computers in this room, so you will not stop me. I have multiple ways to broadcast. But in all that hoopla, a pair of pants were born. Let's see what they look like. Let's see what they look like. This is the first time I've used a serger to make a pair of hammer pants. And I have to tell you, it's only been an hour and I was waffling through most of it. I've had technical difficulties and, I'm done. There's a few details that I need to add, but we'll see how these come out. Right now, I'm checking for pins because I've really been jabbing myself lately. Do you know that's so strange? I have no idea anymore what's wrong with the internet. Where are my notes? There was so much I had to say. I'm like, where did I put my notes? They're right behind me. I'm still dealing with the cowboy hat saga. I feel bad because my mom bought me this really expensive cowboy hat, but it doesn't fit. And I mean, it does not fit. And it's hard to take in consideration because I have a giant skull and I get it. And her heart was in the right place. So I'm trying to incorporate this hat, but it's tiny. So the next person I date is going to get a very expensive, nice cowboy hat. Oh. Oh. Oh man, these things came out. There's a pin right there. Every time I look up, I'm shocked the camera is still there. Use the metal detecting wand. I do have one too. I have a sneaky bouncer style one too. I have all kinds of metal detectors. Matter of fact, the small wand one is probably in my drawer somewhere. I haven't played with that thing forever. Or he could use his fishing magnet. You have no idea how I am itching. I told you I went out and got professional magnet fishing gear, and I'm ready. Oh, come on. Please don't hurt him. Look at these hammers. I got to put these on. Technical difficulties be damned. I'm going to put these on. No belt loops. No. Oh, let's go. Oh. You know what's funny? Now that I think about it, I have basically forced my computer to use all of these cameras because at first it wouldn't let me do any of it. I had to bypass all of its, like, I don't know, Apples are just weird. So the fact that my camera works is kind of a miracle. Definitely coffee o'clock. Perfect. Guadalupe, break it down. You have no idea how, like, I don't know if this. Oh, I have to mute both of these. Everybody was about to get a. It's not that kind of show. Oh, that's so funny. I have the same stop screen for that one too. Oh, that's hilarious. My so-called closet. Oh. You know, this is probably the fastest that I've made hammer pants in a long time. Like I said, I have this really dramatic, overcomplicated way of making hammer pants. But I haven't had a surgery while making them, so I'm excited. I'm excited, and I need to stretch before I start dancing. Though I think I need to fully stretch. I feel a Charlie horse coming already. Oh, that would be peak YouTube if I got a Charlie horse and just fell on the ground. That's peak YouTube. I hope everybody cuts it and shares it of what not to do when you're 40. All right. I oh 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 come on. All right, so before I start doing my victory lap, let me put a belt on. Let me get some respectable shoes where I can do my hammer dance. Drink your damn water, coffee, and pot. Tea is not a... No, but seriously, I wondered why all the employees started telling me to drink more water. It's because my boss got on me to drink water. And so everybody else is like, you need to drink water. Oh, I need some shoes with these. Sorry, it took me a minute. I had to find some funky shoes, something I could dance in. But I am not here to disappoint anyone. Hold on, let me take the cam off of that. These pants came out perfect. These Oh, I am gonna be hurting in the morning. Oh, I'm gonna be hurting in the morning. Let me get these shoes on. These pants came out perfect. All right, camera, don't fail me now. In the history of the House of Sewing, I don't think I've ever made hammer pants live on YouTube. These these are perfect. Hold on, let me get my inhaler. Let me get my inhaler before shenanigans ensue. Oh, come on. I'm gonna tuck them into the tongue. Oh, come on. Oh, whoops. Let me switch that. Cool pants. Thank you. They are. You didn't even tell you directly. Send a bunch of random people to tell you. No, she really did. She really did. Thank you. Let me back up before my camera. These are they would be comfy, flowing fabric. You know, the funny thing is this fabric is like basketball material. You know, something you'd make out of basketball shorts. Oh, come on, hold on. I gotta find where the label is there. Oh, come on. Hold on. I'm so uncoordinated. Someone cut that and make fun of me for the rest of my life for that. Oh, these are amazing. You know what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna end up making 15 pairs of these. This was an easy project. I can see why hammer pants ruled the early 90s. Oh. Thank you, Mona. Thank you. They would be comfy, flowing fabric. I'm stoked. Even with all the camera failures. Here, let me remove that. And we'll just keep it in the background. Whoops. There we go. There we go. You know what's so funny? My computer is just not processing tonight. That's funny. But regardless, this is definitely a victory. I love how these pants came out. The kids would make that into a meme emoji for sure. There we go. That's much better angle. Oh, these things are perfect. You know, when I first found this pattern, even though it's a Lady of Guadalupe, this reminds me of all the African prints I have. It's just a grouping of the colors, but I love how it looks. I love how it looks. Hold on, let me get the side shot. You can't hurt the hammer and you can't hurt sewing. Oh, these are perfect. I did make the bottom cuff kind of humongous because every time that I've made it small, I can't get my giant foot through. These are perfect. And one of the reasons that they fit, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm like, why do they fit so perfect? It's because I used one of my own pairs of pants as a template. So there really wasn't any guessing on the size because it's a pair of pants that I know fit me. So this is perfect. Thank you, Dixie. Thank you. I'm excited. That's why Hammer was able to dance so much with these pants on. I'm so mad that I wasn't able to find. I have a matching hoodie. It might even be in this room somewhere. I have so much stuff. Somewhere in here. I have a matching hoodie of this. Oh man, I'm gonna wear this to the MMA class. Walk up just like this with an afflicted t-shirt on. The bottom cuffs look perfect. Doesn't look like you're stepping on the fabric. That is true. I made sure I'm getting better at knowing my height. I would always over guess everything because I would be like, that just doesn't look right. But after making hundreds of pairs of pants and shorts, I know my size now. Thank you, Rashawn. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited. These came out way faster than I thought they would, too. Hold on. Let me stretch. Because last time I tried to dance, like I said, I feel a Charlie horse coming. So, oh, these are perfect. It has the perfect parachute look and everything. Oh, it's important to stretch. Oh, man. You know what's really funny? I don't even know how I used to do that. Hold on. Let me warm up. You know, I constantly talk about nostalgia and all of these things, but this is what I love to do because this is just hilarious to me. And I'm going to wear these and people are going to be like, where did you get those pants? Where did you get those pants? Oh, I have all kinds of ideas now. Oh, these are perfect. You know what? I'm going to switch my angle back. Can't touch and sew this. Patent pending, patent pending, patent pending. I love that. Can't touch and sew this. Oh, it runs. It flows and everything. I love it. I love it. Do you know what's really funny? Usually I would never show my seams up this close, but I made the pants perfect. These are perfect. Normally I would never show my seams up this close because there's always some crazy mistake or something, but these came out perfect. Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to go back to that place and get miles and miles. Well, I love this fabric. This is something that you would make athletic shorts out of. So on a hot day, they're actually breathing in this room too. Let's give all the late people. That's you can't sew this. My so-called hammer. Oh, these are awesome. And they really taper in towards the bottom. So they're like Ollie said, they're not drooping or anything. And that's what I was going for. And normally, the old way I would do it was a bit complicated. And it left massive room on the seams and everything. So I actually made a pair of pants the way you're supposed to this evening. I did it the right way. I lined everything up and they're perfect. A long time ago, I said, always trust the math. And tonight I'm going to say sometimes it's okay to read the instructions. Oh, man. That was beautiful. See, now I'm all inspired because And it's not just Napoleon Dynamite, but I'm going to make America hammer pants, half stars and half stripes. I've seen them I saw, I've seen them in movies and stuff, but I've legitimately seen people wearing them. And now with the craziness of today's world, people are starting to wear them again. Our Lady is upright and everything. I know. You know what's funny? If it wasn't for you, Alibaba, because I saw that I saw that the lady was not going to be standing up, but I saw Alibaba pointing a finger at me. Oh man. Oh. All right. That was. Do you know what's funny? It only took like 9 or 10 times. Save those for the July 4th show. That is true. I need to look because I always laugh when my shows fall on the days of holidays. I need to look at that right now. Oh, it's on a Thursday. I'm definitely going to be cooking carne asada. Do you know, for years, I'm a barbecue person, and for years and years, I cooked hamburgers and hot dogs. And one day I was like, there's other things out there. So I'm a griller, barbecuer, but I barbecue all kinds of exotic things nowadays. Oh, man. I feel like I should make another pair. But I'm going to spare you the 3-hour stream. We're still going to waffle and hang out for a while. But these are way too comfy. These are... So I have a question. I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy. Are you? Do you guys wear more comfortable clothes? Do you get dressed up? Do you wear 3-piece suits? You know, I I wear a 3-piece suit, but it's coveralls with a jacket on top of it. I'm definitely a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy, to the point where I consider wearing t-shirt and jeans getting dressed. The other day, I saw somebody like I saw someone at my local dispensary that walked into the dispensary that looked like they came out of their bed. They came in full pajamas, and it's funny because they had Grinch pajamas. And I remember thinking, like, I wish I was that brave. I wish. I don't dress up anymore. I wear comfy clothes. I'm the same way. But you know, it's all relative because I consider wearing t-shirt and jeans comfy. You know, most of the time now, t-shirt and jeans. That's what I figured. You know, where I live, it's a weird mix of people who are real people and people wearing Versace. It's kind of the whole thing when I'm on the road and I see all these Teslas and I'm driving my truck and I'm like, oh man, I'm out of place. But it's one of those things. I don't get me wrong. I have full suit. I have clothes to get married in, to go to court. I'm ready, you know, but I'd rather be relaxed. But that's different to some people, because to some people, the way I get dressed would be a bit excessive because I wear my giant boots. And sometimes I'll put my boots on before I would put my sneakers on. But that's my comfortable level, my comfort level, you know. Everybody's different. Like, most people wouldn't wear bright colors like I do. All right, let's check out this camera because these pants are shiny and they need to fly. These pants need to fly. I have no idea what's wrong with my camera this evening. But no matter what, here in the House of Sewing, I will continue to sew. Like I said on my blooper, on my I started adding videos on the artist formerly known as Godless Sewing channel. And I have a blooper where I was having a bad day. Everything that could go wrong went wrong that day. And in this room right here, I lost it. And I was like, no matter what, I will do what I love. If I have to go on the roof and do a fabric haul. Oh, you should. That was a moment where I truly stated, that was my mission statement right there, was no matter what. Oh, phone. I just want to see the chat. There we go. Teslas are not work vehicles. It's because I live in an extremely yuppie area and people are trying to keep up with the Joneses. And it's funny. Even today, I had to laugh at my son's MMA class. I pulled up, I parked there's a class before my son's class. So I'm chopping it up with, the people I've made friends with. Everyone leaves. I get in my car, I turn around and I park in front of the MMA class. I go and get food. I come back. My car is the only car in all the rows that's not a Tesla. That's how yuppified my town is. Is there a style that you refuse to let go? I wear jean everything. I'm a denim aficionado, and I don't care if that style is 1970s, is 1980s, if it's a recycled 1990s look, I don't care. I love my look. But I'm also like a hoodie and jean kind of guy. I'm all over the place. I watch a lot of fashion shows, and it makes me laugh how they have all these abstract fashions. But I find the fashion shows that are all practical clothes more interesting than the Rick Owen type of shows, than the crazy shows where people have all these abstract clothes, because I'm not going to wear any of that. But when I watch a fashion show of something that's practical, I'm like, I might actually wear that. They would feel too much like the Twilight Zone, seeing all those. Oh, that would feel too much like the Twilight Zone, seeing those cars all the time. They're everywhere. And because my son pointed it out recently, I'm starting to see cyber trucks everywhere. And do not quote me on this, but I think the guy who owned the Lamborghini bought a Cybertruck. Because someone in my neighborhood has a Cybertruck. I saw one on the freeway. I've been seeing them everywhere lately. And why did that computer shut off? Oh, man. I'm having major technical difficulties. Some days you eat the bear and some days the bear eats you. That's okay. You know what it is? A lot of people keep up with the Joneses where I live. So there's this weird thing about keeping up with certain stereotypes. Back when everyone owned Chevy Tahoes, my town was filled with Chevy Tahoes. I live in a place where you are more like, I live in the land of raised trucks. Oh, why is it? Oh, huh. That was so weird. Then it was telling me that my code wasn't working. Oh, computers. Do you know, I really think that I started I'm going to start making hammer pants again. I think I opened the door and I can't close it. Not only did I absolutely and completely love the man because of my age, but these are reminding me that these are the definition of comfortable pants, of something that's utterly and completely just loungewear. And I'm all about enjoying life comfortably. So I'm definitely going to call this one a victory. Maybe I should finish that other patch. I want to grab a drink real quick, and then I'm going to grab my easel, and we'll finish out the night with something I should have done a while ago. That is a total victory. Thank you. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think my factory of hammer pants and sweatshirts is about to open. Oh. Oh, that was funny. I kicked the back of the pants while walking in. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right. I just have "You Can't Stop the Hammer" stuck in my head now. Oh, all right. I'm going to take a quick cactus cooler break. And then we'll find something to sew. I have all kinds of patches. I still haven't finished my purple shirt, which I should have a while ago. I think I need a separate desk just for all my beverages. Because throughout the day, I will always have a cup of coffee going. And I have my select beverages I drink throughout the day. I'm really trying to organize everything in here because I have a massive amount of stuff. And I love what I do, but I'm all over the place. So I've really been organizing and bringing everything together. Because it's one thing to have everything in the same room at the same time. It's another to actually know where it is. All right. Oh, right. Oh, it is hot here. It is starting to reach that time of year. Whoa. But also we're having it's weirdly humid. And I'm used to dry heat, so because it's humid, I am sweating. I'm just not used to the humidity. Okay. So I need to find that. I have sewing needles all over the place in here, but I only have, a few that are big enough for my giant hands. Because it's one thing, sewing needles, they're funny, but they really do not make them for people with humongous hands. I think I know where it is. At least I thought I did, or maybe I put it back. It doesn't matter. I'll find another one. So, what's everybody sewing tonight? What's going on? I know it's It's Monday. The summer just began for me, so I am thrilled. Even though I'm a sweaty mess right now, I am thrilled. Oh, and my son has all kinds of activities, but they're later in the day, so I actually get to enjoy the summer this year. Like even today, we went to a thrift store I haven't been to in a long time. And that industrial that I talk about all the time, I walked in and the owner was like, you know what's weird? I sold it yesterday. I went in there hoping the industrial wasn't there because I was like, do I really need an industrial right now? Which I don't. That's why I bought that cabinet, which actually I was able to save space in this room. Eventually, I'm going to get an industrial machine. It's just that one was trashed. And I know I constantly talk about industrial machines, and eventually one day I will get one, but I just don't need something that's going to be a giant paperweight in this room. I need an industrial that's actually going to work. So when I get a decent deal for one that can be demonstrated in front of me, I'll go buy one. But until then, I'm going to stay away from the swap meet and thrift store industrials. Who knows? But the one that I saw, it was so trash that I wasn't willing to pay full price for it. And that says something. Because most of the time, if I really want it, I'll pay full price. Oh, this is going to be perfect. And I recently purchased purple denim because I needed a different color in my wardrobe. I have every kind of black shirt you could possibly think of, every kind of blue, anything, but purple denim is something that I do not have. And I'm not a purple denim pants kind of guy because that reminds me way too much of the 90s. And there are certain things that I will refrain from, like those weird Popeye and Looney Tunes shirts that people used to wear. I'm cool. I'm cool with those. You will never see me wearing a Foghorn Leghorn shirt or a Tweety Bird shirt ever. Oh, now that reminds me of that era. But I needed something like purple denim. I needed something else in my wardrobe. And the color looks good on me. In my quest of trying to find color, there are certain colors I found that, all right, they're not too flattering. And others, I'm like, wow, I don't know why I've shied away from it. And sometimes you gotta, a whole bunch of self-acceptance helps. But I'm okay with stepping outside the box and not wearing things that are quote unquote normal, And it's all about if it makes you happy when it comes to clothes. Perfect. I'm still shocked that that the hammer pants came out perfect. Tonight, when the stream's over, I'm gonna start filming my Jankos video because I might do the same thing with my Jankos. But we'll see. We'll see before I get too far ahead of myself. But these came out absolutely perfect. I still have a little bit more time before I end this. I know it's Monday night and it's probably late where you are. It is not on the West Coast. Perfect. I have quite a few projects that I'm going to be finishing lately. As I've been cleaning out my closet, I've been discovering everything that I've been ignoring and everything that I need to finish. Because I constantly used to talk about, oh, that's overambitious. That's overambitious. But really, I was yelling in the mirror because I'm overambitious. And I'll start something and then I am like, oh, look, that's shiny. And then I'll start something else. And so what happens is project after project builds up. And so what I've been doing is going back and finishing everything that I've started. And while I'm doing that, I'm continuing to buy more patches. I'm like, oh, this needs a patch here or there. So I have quite a few projects. Like to the point where I may or may not go to the swap meet this weekend. I was thinking about seeing Modelo Man again because it's been a while. It has definitely been a while. Sure, he's gonna send a search party out for me. Where's that crazy guy who used to buy all the fabric? I'm also giving him time to build up his inventory. I purchased so much from that man. I every time I would walk in and I'd see all the rolls in the front, I had literally had purchased almost every single roll from Modelo Man, you know. So I'm gonna review my life choices. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go down there with a few swashes of material I want. The real reason I've been avoiding downtown is just it became a hassle after a while. And then I found a vendor that pretty much had competitive prices, and it really helped me branch out too. Because I was really starting to pigeonhole myself with Modelo Man because I was going to the same guy over and over and over. And what was happening is although I had all this amazing fabric, I wasn't branching out. And so it feels good to discover new fabric, meet new people, meet new vendors, make new friends, you know, all those important things that you're supposed to do while sewing. Time 1:49. All right. So I'm going to finish this off stream. I'm going to do one more victory lap because here in the House of Sewing, if there's one thing I'm about, it's about, it's about finishing projects and not sentences. Haggle new prices. Definitely. And I think that's the one thing, like with these vendors, at first I didn't haggle, but now that I'm coming back and I'm buying mass amounts, I'm like, take a couple bucks off of that. And they do because they know in the long run, they'll probably get it back because I'm going to keep coming back. So I do. I live for the negotiation, though. There is something inside of me where I love haggling. I love the Rochambeau of going back and forth. And you know what's so funny? There have been vendors that I have walked away, gotten in complete arguments with. I come back a week later and they're like, "What do you want?" And I'll be like, $15. And they're like, "Take it and get out of here." Quite a few vendors like that, quite a few. But my computer bonked out. All kinds of crazy things happened this evening. But I finished my hammer pants. Oh, these are perfect. These are perfect. You know what? Today is kind of a victory. I got my Airwolf patch. I'm gonna throw that. I already know what jacket I'm gonna throw that on. I got a huge back patch, and I finally made hammer pants again. It's been a while. This was something that started my channel. That's what matters. Absolutely. Absolutely. When I first started my channel, I started it on upcycling. I honestly didn't know the intricacies of sewing. And I'm not saying that I didn't know sewing. I just didn't know how deep you had to be to have a sewing channel as far as having a repertoire. Because I can't just sit here and hand sew the whole time. But I started making hammer pants. I started making all caftans, all kinds of things. But hammer pants are what built this channel. I've hit the same damn vendor at the swap meet multiple times the same day. After the first couple of haggles, they either they get really cheap or they tell you to go away. There was some guy who was so mad at me when he saw me the next week. I told him a price and he was like, "Are you serious? I don't like you." He's like, "I physically am repulsed by you," and he still sold it to me. The house that hammer built. Oh, I love it. I like I said, man, hammer is on that list of people that raised me. All these came out perfect. And these are super high. So you can be modest and funky at the same time. Oh, I need projects like this because I'm all about the complicated project, but Nobody wants to sit here for 6 hours. Like I said, I'm going to do a really long stream soon. I'm going to make something as intricate as possible, but these like projects like this are perfect for live streams. Oh, come on. This is my victory lap. I'm only gonna go 2 hours tonight because I've been hitting it heavy and I've been going full Elvis on Wednesdays anyways. But oh, come on. You know what's funny? I'm gonna be going through all of my fabric now looking for that perfect hammer material because there's no way I'm gonna make tweed hammer pants. There is no way. It is summer. It is just now starting to get hot here because it's been weirdly muggy here. There is no way I'm going to make wool hammer pants. These were perfect. This was perfect for tonight. Oh. You know what's really funny? The whole time, this entire stream, I've had, please don't hurt the hammer has been stuck in my head this entire time. MC Singer officially has a gang hit out on him. Better pack that Mac 11. Oh, big sewing has always had it out for me. Now that you mention this, wool tweed hammer pants would be hilarious. Do you know what? You know what it is? It's when I put them on, I'm sweating bullets. When there's certain things like right now, these pants are glorious because they're basketball mesh material. This material is the exact same material as basketball shorts. Excuse me, they're mesh. Man, they breathe. With all the fans going in this room, with all the circulation of air going on in this room, they're glorious. So I definitely will not be making hammer pants out of anything else but this. I have to do this because it's so rare that my seams are so perfect. Oh, look at that. Uh-oh. Can't stop sewing. Uh-oh. Oh. Gangs, big sewing, big needle, the 5 Singer families. It's a wonder you haven't been whacked. Not the 5 families. Not the 5 families. Do you know I went through this weird phase where I obsessively watched The Godfather. Not Mo Green. That man built Las Vegas and not even a plaque. Such a good movie. Godfather is such a good. I didn't ask who took out Mo Green. The second Godfather is such a good movie. For anyone wondering, I have this angle because I made hammer pants and I'm impressed. So you're saying we have to tape a touch and sew behind the toilet? Man, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, as the saying says. Now that is going to be my TV show. You know, I used to always jokingly talk about I loved Amish Mafia because of how stupid it was. And so my show is going to be called The Touch and Sew Mafia. I can't even say it. I can't even say it without laughing. We need hammer pants out of drapes. Okay. See, that's more of a practical idea. They're stiff, but if I make them really big, it'll literally make me look like I'm an arrow. I'm down for that. Drapes breathe more than wool. Anything that is like fake wool, synthetic wool, I'm like looking at the pile of fabric, like you can see it. But anything that is in that family, it's hot. It's desert hot. It is surface of the sun hot. Rainbow hammer pants for Pride Month. You know what's really funny, Rashawn? You think I could go down the street and purchase some of those right now? I could probably go to Target and purchase some of those right now. Oh, I have the material. Patent pending, patent pending. I might do that. Buy some discount rugs and make hammer pants out of those. I still have a ton of material. I have rug material I haven't even shown yet. I might do that. I need to stretch for Friday sews because Friday sews I'm gonna do you know what's so funny? I look back at videos even from 2 years ago. I was dancing, I was doing all this stuff. Nowadays, I'm gonna have to take an aspirin before I do any of that and fully stretch. Fully stretch before any of that goes on. You know what? I might make some rainbow hammer pants. I already have the sweater. Oh man. Oh. See, now this entire time I've been sitting here, I've had please don't hurt the hammer stuck in my head. Dude, you just sew in front of a fountain nowadays. I'm in my stoic phase in life. I'm reflective right now. That's full Godfather. If you really think about it, I'm in my garden, minding my own business. And I'll tell you another thing. I just like how tonight, when this is over, I'm gonna clean this room. I'm gonna turn on my camera and I'm gonna start making Jankos because that's what the people want. And as the sewing people champion, I will give the people what they want. You want Jankos? You keep on looking up Jankos on my channel. I will make Jankos for you because I am here for the people. I sew more than I used to. Because I am the people's champ of sewing. But instead of the Rock, we're gonna call me the Boulder. I'm the Boulder. That's so cheesy. I gotta time myself out. Oh. But seriously, people want to know how to make Jankos. I am here for you. I might even do a hammer pants tutorial. Back in the day, I have this really complicated way of making pants. And it's backwards, but they look great. But I knew that if I did it the right way today, they would be made fairly fast. So I'm impressed. And I do sew in front of a fountain, Kilroy. Nowadays, I'm in my I don't even know what you would call it. Peaceful days? I don't know what you would call it. It's just a man sewing in front of his fountain. That's all. It's just me enjoying life. Hanging out in the backyard. That is so peaceful. You know what's funny? I fall asleep in my backyard. I have a bigger chair that it's embarrassing. I don't put it on camera, but I have a bigger chair. Then you could move to Colorado, call yourself the Boulder from Boulder. I like that, Kilroy. I like that. People. Oh, I removed myself from the stage. Oh, that's hilarious. One day I will figure these buttons out. That's where I'm at in life. That's where I'm at. No hatred. No. To quote Mary J. Blige, what is it? No hateration, just holleration. I don't know what it means, but it sounds great. I'm in a really peaceful place, and you should join me. But seriously, if anyone remembers what I came from, as far as the people I used to stream with, I am in my Nirvana era. I was hoping you were still there to catch that. I was hoping that you were there to catch that. Mary J. Blige gets nothing but love here in the House of Sewing. If you got haters, then you're doing it right. I have a whole theater of haters. I could sell tickets to my haters. You are right, though. I grew up with a man always telling me, and this was 1950s U.S. Navy style, but this is how I kind of live my life like this. If you have a job and everyone likes you, you're doing something wrong. Every time I've said that, someone's like, you got that from someone in the military. But I did, though. So, if you're ticking somebody off, that means you're extra shiny. Extra shiny. Just like Alicia Keys. I love her. I met her in person. She was such a real person, such a good person. People talk about her singing. Oh, man. When I'm defending Alicia Keys, it is time to take my keys and send me to bed. But for real, these hammer pants came out perfect. Let me do this one more time for anyone who watches this. Oop, let me close that drawer with. You're a full pirate when you have a drawer with an ashtray in it. But these are a victory. My hammer pants came out perfect. You didn't go full Elvis. You went full Keys. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'll be back. It's summer now, so there's nothing holding me back. But I really want to make a video about Jankos because that's bread and butter at this point, and a lot of people have been watching my old videos. And I looked at one of my Janko videos. It was like 2,000 something views, and I didn't even try on that video. So I'm going to once again attempt to make a tutorial. I always start off this stream all nice and shiny, and then by the end, I'm just a sweaty mess. But that's how you do it here in the House of Sewing. But seriously, like I always say, I appreciate everybody who watches my streams, people who come and hang out. I've been hanging out on Rashawn's channel. I just appreciate all of you guys because I'm not here to start fights. I may say edgy things and have opinions, but I'm just here to have a good time and enjoy life for, the life that we have and live it for as long as I can. So I thank everyone who's here, who's still here, lurking, watching this in the future, to when I watch this in the future. Hey, nothing but love. I'll be back at it on Wednesday. I think I'll bow out. I'm not going to do like Jordan did and go play for the White Sox. I'm going to go out after I win a championship. I'm on top right now, so I want to go out. But I'll be back at it on Wednesday. Thank you so much, Alibaba. Thank you so much. Rashawn, Kilroy, Joy, anyone up. Nightmare Baby, absolutely appreciate you, Liz. Mona, Joy again, anybody who's here, you are absolutely appreciated. I'm gonna go listen to Little John now by Little So. Honestly, watching Rashawn streams, there's a ton of songs where I'm like, oh man, there's a bunch of songs I'm gonna listen to. But nothing but peace. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Like I always say, reinforce the theme, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye.